Welcome, and what is up? So, last week I learned how to write tests, roughly, and this week I'm going to learn how to, I'm just going to actually write the tests, right? So, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to write some tests. I'm going to figure out how to do that, because honestly, it's still a little fuzzy in my brain. I know that there's kind of two ways to do it in Scrypto. First way, it seems like, is to write some transaction manifests and then use resim to run those. Second way seems to be maybe a more supported way, like the more legit way, and that's Scrypto test. That'll test everything inside of your tests folder, as far as I'm aware. Yes. So, but before I begin, I'm just going to send off a little message to anyone who would like to watch this. Let's go. Yeah. So I'm making good progress on my learning, to be honest. I made a little message to sorry. There we go. Boom. Okie dokie. Hey, cool. Just realized I got the little ambassador title in the Discord channel, and that makes me happy. That's awesome. I'm so excited to be part of this community. I can't even tell you. I'm pumped. Yeah. So now, like, my goal in this section, like in the next hour, is to write at least one test and get it to actually run for my component. Not my component, my blueprint. There we go, my blueprint. Let's be precise with our wording. So before I begin, I'm actually just gonna make sure that you can see everything. That is not. Darn it. Did it change? Okay, give me just a sec. The wrong screen there. There we go. How's that? That should be good. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so my goal, I want to test my coach, right? I want to make sure it's actually doing the thing. So, that is what we're going to do. That's our plan. So I already have this lib.rs, and they said that I can, well, at least here, it said, where? You could have multiple RS files, each of which will be compiled independently. So, what we're going to do first, I'm gonna cd into community Scrypto examples. I'm gonna hop into my DeFi fixed token sale with royalty, and I guess I'm just gonna type in Scrypto test, and we're gonna see what happens. Test error, build error, cargo failure, exit status, Unix wait status 25856. Perfect. It did a thing. We don't know what that thing is, but it did a thing. And first off, we're just gonna ask ChatGPT. I got this error when running Rust file. Do you know what it means? Dang it, it's a custom one. Custom error types. Okay. Oh, it's exit status. Do I need to... To run all tests, run Scrypto test. there's something maybe I need to. Maybe I need to do the source, home, cargo, and the thing. Let's try that. Oh, that's right. Nope. Okay, no difference. Okay. All right. What happens if I get rid of all of this? What then? What do you do? Still there. What happens if I go to someone else's code? Okay, so their code works. So, I mean, that's good. It's fetching things. Why are we fetching things? So his folder is called tests and mine is called tester. So let's rename mine. Why are we fetching things? I don't understand this at all. Oh man. Fetch. Resolve the deltas. Decrease the file index. And it says I have radix engine 0.7. And I'm pretty sure 0.9 exists right now. So why am I so far behind? Maybe that's the thing it's doing right now. If it's updating for me, like, let's go. That's awesome. If it's not and it's doing something weird, well, it should be fun. Radix DLT elliptic curves. Oh. Oh. It's doing stuff. It's building things. Let's go. What versions do we have? So it is building. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at these tests. Let's compare them to my own. Public key, private, secret key, account, package, executor. Publish package, compile package, unwrap. What does that do? Call function, on package, donations, new. Okay, right? Oh, I can do that. Easy. Okay, so I mean the code is compiling and so far there aren't any errors. I'm pretty sure it's taking forever to compile because it has to compile all of the things. HMAC, block buffer, crypto.com. So everything it just downloaded, it is now building it. S4, yep. So is that right? Let's go check the Scrypto. Scrypto GitHub. What tags do we got? Okay, these are not incredibly helpful. But there is a version 0.9. I'll give it a little rocket. Sure. The big question is, I need to update to 0.9. Because right now it's on Scrypto 0.4.1. Is that the version that it wanted? Like, did it specify a Scrypto version to use? And so that's the one that it used? Because this is tag 0.4.1, and that is not what I want. I definitely want 0.9. Huh. Function signature does not match. Right, okay. So if I go back to my own, I still got the same error. Okay, so folder name doesn't seem to make a difference. I just have an error in here. It doesn't want to compile because of that error. But I also have version issues. So how do I deal with those? I mean, I have this command. What do we got? We want cd into radix dlt Scrypto, and I want to do this. Is that really what I want to do? Build. So it says version 0.7. That's the simulator version. Mocha, Strum, Darling. 30 with macros. Librox DB. I don't want to stop it because I'm not sure what would happen if I did that. I mean, it's building things and compiling them, and maybe I have made a grave mistake. Last time it was here for like an hour. That was crazy. And so this version is version 0.7, but the export up here was version 0.4.1. So we're on the right track. We're making progress. Why did the one above install the 0.4.1? Right extension, yep. Okay, so there is 0.9. Our goal is to get to 0.9. We can figure this out, friends. We can figure this out. You know what? I'm going to stop it. And we're going to pull the main. Maybe the main is not the one to pull, but here we go. There we go. That was some good stuff right there. Now we're going to install our simulator. There we go. 0.9. Perfect. That's the one we wanted, friends. Ooh, Blake 2. That's good. Zero 0.9, 0.9. Perfect. Let's go. We are cruising. Okay, so now that we're updating to 0.9, which probably should have happened last week, now the goal is to run our code and see if we can get more out of it than just the simple, like that weird error that I got previously. Because, I mean, whatever this error was, let's see, what do we have? Oh, there's that's a lot of changes. Whoa. Okay, maybe it's gone. Yep, it's gone. Okay, we'll have to wait until this finishes building. I guess technically we can just take you. Oh. Where are we? Tab body API backend. Okay. We are going to CD into Scrypto. Nope, not Scrypto tutorial. Which one do I want? There's so many Scrypto things. Why do you have so many Scrypto things? Let's see. I want ABCD Scrypto tutorial example. Oh, where are you? Community Scrypto examples. And I want to CD into. So I guess the question I have is, if I'm updating it here, it's compiling and building and doing all this good stuff. If I run Scrypto test, what does that mean precisely? Is it leveraging the 0.9 version that I'm installing right now, or is it doing something else? I am unsure. If I'm being 100% honest, I do not know how it finds this particular installation of Scrypto and leverages this one. So that's something to figure out. Maybe there's a Scrypto -- version command I can leverage to know what version I'm actually building with, because that would actually be very nice. I'm going to CD into DeFi, or CD into fixed token sale with royalty, and I mean, now we still have to wait until this is done installing the new version. So, okay, I'm gonna drag this off. I know that there are errors, but I mean, obviously it doesn't give me any errors. It doesn't have any nice things for me to tell me, like, hey, this is wrong, this is broken. So, what do we do? Well, first off, I know that I shouldn't put a vault inside of a struct, so I'm going to change that. Yes. I believe it needs to be a resource address. What is the difference between a resource address? Let me check my definitions. Okay, so I mean, resource is a token, fungible or non-fungible. Okay, resource address then is like, that's an asset. Yep, accepted payment token, resource address. So once this hash map is used to store all of these NFTs, with the hash map key being the resource address. Okay, so it maps the resource address to the vault that is holding it. So maybe a vault isn't that bad. What do I use instead? Because I need to map this essentially to an account. Well, not necessarily. Questions. Okay, how did they do? They got flash loans, real estate manager. Okay, so effectively, what I want to happen is I want to be able to either yes, I'm saying that this is the vault of the royalty recipient, but that is not entirely correct. In my first hour of Scrypto programming, I wrote all of this code, and it seemed correct at the time. Looking at it now, after reading through lots of documentation, and also getting feedback from others, I know that it is not correct. So, because I mean a vault would technically mean that this component has ownership of that asset, the royalty, whatever that may be. I don't really want that, or more like, I do want that, but I need to give the royalty owner permission to withdraw their tokens from the royalty. I think that made sense. So each of these royalties needs to have some identifier to let me know if they're the person that can withdraw. So that would effectively then be a badge. So I need a resource address in here. So that's how we do it. The badge type that enables withdrawing the royalties. So this will be a royalty owner badge. Resource address. Okay. Yes, I think that's good. There's something I'm thinking of, because the Radix DLT, when we take a look at Scrypto examples, when we take a look at, what is it, DeFi? Radix swap, okay, nope, that's not it. Well, nope, what about core? Payment splitter, that's it. This is what I want. So I remember reading this, thinking, you know what, that makes sense. Non-fungible local ID. And we have a shareholder with an amount of shares. This shareholder. Shareholder badge resource address. To keep track of the amount of shares that they own and to authenticate the shareholders when they wish to withdraw. Yeah, okay, so this is shareholder badge resource address. And I guess they map this resource address then to the shareholder. Ah, okay. They mint an NFT for the shareholder that has this metadata. Got it. And then they have a hash map of the vaults. I assume it's their badge, which will be used to store the funds owed to each of the shareholders. This is a hash map which maps the non-fungible ID of the shareholder badge to their respective vault. Yes. Yes. Okay, so this is what I want. This is what I need to copy, guys. This is what I need to copy. Each shareholder gets their separate vault in order to eliminate any possibility of contamination of funds. All shareholders are no longer interested in their share to withdraw their funds and give up their shareholder badges. The shareholder badge gets burned and there is no need for us to remove their vault. However, vaults are permanent storage. This means that a vault may never be deleted or removed. So what can we do now with the vault of the shareholders giving up their shares? Dead vaults that are no longer being used. Okay. Okay. I like this. We have a hash map. How are we doing on the install? It's still doing Radix engine. It's working through the librox db sys. It's building it right now, and then I guess the last thing it'll do is build the Radix engine. So we're close. We're super close. But so now we know that. Yeah, okay, so this makes sense. So I want to do a royalty, and I'll probably call this a royalty share, as opposed to just a royalty. And I'm going to copy what they've got up here, because this is indeed non-fungible data. However, I am not going to have any of this. Basically going to duplicate what they've got here, because they have an amount of shares. In my case, I just have a percentage, which is their royalty. So we have a royalty share. Then we have the NFT vaults. We have a vector of royalties. I'm going to change this instead to be exactly what they have over here because they have a hash map of vaults. In my case, this will be the royalties. Here. Okay. Okay, so we have the list of royalties. So we have the hash map, and we map effectively to from the NFT that we mint for the individual that has this data and their percentage. We map from that to the vault itself. Perfect. I'll change the documentation for this to say mapping of an NFT royalty badge to the vault that contains the funds paid out as royalties from the sale of the assets. Okay. Alright, that feels pretty good to me. Now let us determine how they actually pay out those percentages. There we go. I just need you guys to go away. You can go away. I don't need you. Okay. So we have the payment splitter. We got an admin badge. For sale for fungible tokens. Okay, yeah, that's fine. May not be sold for a negative amount. Also fine. Then we iterate over the royalties. Make sure that the royalty percentages are not negative. Also, that's perfect. I'll also make sure the royalty percentages cannot add up to more than 100%. Also perfectly fine. Okay, so my asserts are good. I believe my asserts are good. We're adding shareholders and locking of the payment splitter. Okay. Withdraw and lock rule. Shareholder badge. Require internal mintable, burnable. Okay. Requires the admin badge. Perfectly fine. We say that it is the shareholder. Create with no initial supply. Okay, that's not quite what I want to do. I do want to pass in a vector of royalties to be applied to the sale. Okay. So that hasn't changed, except it's called a royalty share now instead of just a royalty. And then what I'm going to do is I need to do the same thing that they've done here, except I need to actually create them. Creating a shareholder NFT, which will be used as a badge. T to authenticate royalty owners. And setting the auth of the shareholder badge. Such that it can be moved around, but can only be minted and burned by the internal admin badge. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Cool. Except I think I do want a bit more here. I mean, I already said that I want to mint all of the NFTs just right here and now. Because I already have the list of royalties that I need to do. So now I just need to create, call this a royalty badge. So how do they mint an NFT? So first off, they authorize non-fungible local ID. Mint UUID non-fungible. Borrow resource manager. Creating a vault for the shareholder, returning the shareholder badge back to the method caller. Okay, so I mean I feel like that's relatively straightforward. I don't need to authorize anything. So I just need to borrow the resource manager. Shareholder badge resource address, which is just this. Mint, so I just need to copy this line of code. And I need to iterate over all of them. So we're going to do royalties dot into iter. I'm going to paste this. Don't need to do self or anything like that. Royalty share. I need this for royalties into iter. Then we can do wait. you want to pass in a list of decimals? I feel like that would be simpler than passing in a list of royalty shares. But you know what? Royalty shares, that's simpler. I don't need to create it because the royalty is already exactly what I need. I think I need the semicolon there. Alright, so we borrow the resource manager, get a royalty badge, we mint an NFT. The rule states that only the internal admin badge can create more. This might be an issue. Mutability locked. See, one of the nice things with Ethereum is that they have the version up at the top. So they tell you, here is the version you are working with. It's like, that's great. But this mutability locked, I don't know what version of Scrypto that was in. So I don't know, like, I don't know if this is up to date, honestly. Ooh. Well, we're 37 minutes in. Let us keep going. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to not care about mintable, burnable. Maybe I make it and it's mintable. I don't want it to be burnable, so I'd appreciate it if burnable is false. And as far as I'm aware, it is automatically not burnable. So a royalty badge. Then we have a description, non-fungible token used to authenticate. Used to claim royalty. Royalties. Hey, it finished. Let's go. That's great. Okay. Do we get more errors? If I do this, Scrypto test. Yep. Nothing changed. Dang it. Okay. That's a little frustrating. That error is not helpful. 25856. Okay. So non-fungible token used to claim royalties. It's mintable. Mintable from an internal admin badge. I'm just gonna get rid of that for now though. Just gonna comment it out. The tokens are taken away from them. Yep, so now we have the ownership badge and all that good stuff. So all of that makes sense. Access rules, cancel sale, change price, withdraw payment. Such that only the ownership badge can make calls to the protected methods. Okay. Access rules. Okay, so this is saying who can make calls to the cancel sale, change sale, withdraw payment, fixed price sale component. Yep, then we make our component. It's got all the datas. Oh, I need to make the vaults in the same way that they made them over here. Okay, so now we have a list. Oh, yeah, let's do it just in this loop. So we create a royalty badge. Create the hash map. Create the map from royalty badges to vaults. And the royalty badges. So we're gonna say let royalty map hash map go to hash map new. Okay. And when we create this beautiful NFT, it's going to give us back a bucket. Oh, my screen's freaking out. Okay, so we let rename this to royalty badge resource. Remember what the royalty badge, which is a bucket, equal to borrow resource manager. We mint, then we insert royalty map, insert. That's close. It's a non-fungible local ID. And we do vault new. Self-accepted payment token. So we don't need self because it's just right there. So we create a vault for the accepted payment token. Cool. Okay, so now we have our map. And instead of royalties, we're going to do royalty map. Okay. So now we have an empty vault. We have a payment vault where the money's going to go. We have an accepted payment token. We have the price. We have a royalty map. So we can split up the funds to all the people that need it or have a royalty for it. All right. Okay. Do we instantiate? Do we fixed price sale? Add access check. So we add our access check to the rules. Then we return our component address. Yep. We return the component address and our ownership badge. Oh, okay. Okay. So I mean, my code looks good to me, right? But when I try and run it, I get this weird error. So the question is, what's causing the error? And I know that there's additional information that I could give, like the by down here splits up the information incorrectly. I'm going to just comment it out so that I don't have to deal with that. And that way we can start to boil things down to why I'm getting the error. So I get rid of all of the functions. There we go. Okay, so we get rid of all the functions except for the instantiate. And then we try and build it again. See what we get. Okay, we still got the error. Great. So now the question becomes, where along the line review with royalty implementation? So I know that just looking at this, payment splitter, right? Same name, different thing. So maybe by renaming that, it'll be a bit more happy towards me. I got the struct with the derived non-fungible data, Scrypto S4, so that's okay. I'm just copying their stuff, trying to figure out what nail down the issue. Okay, so that wasn't it. Perfect. Instantiate fixed price sale with royalty. So they have a component address and a bucket. Perfect. I'm passing in a vector, but also above we're passing in a vector of buckets, so I'm not super worried about that. They end with decimal with commas, so I know I can end with commas. Some languages don't like that very much. So what do we, let's see, so now it's time for me to comment out a lot of code and see if we can still be okay. So I'm going to comment out all of my asserts, most of the code that I myself have added. So we have NFT vaults. Comment this back in. So I need that. So we have NFT vaults, we have payment vault, we have price, which is passed in all the way up here. And now I'm just gonna copy this for the last piece, my royalty map. I'm not gonna care about either of these. Now we're gonna run it. We're gonna see what we get. Okay, so we still get the same error. Gosh darn it. Is it my tests? Yeah, still the same error. Okay, let's check out the cargo tunnel. Ah, that's it. This is where the version comes in. Okay, so if I want to do 0.9 then, I can do that here. Perfect. Learning, let's go. cdylib and lib. Okay. For you, my friend. What do you have in here? What's your 0.9? Okay. edition 2021. That looks like a thing to do. We're in the monkey see, monkey do moment of programming, friends. Definitely in the monkey see, monkey do. But I'm super happy that this is 0.9. That makes things way better for me. Boom. It's running. Let's go. Yes. We have liftoff. It's doing things. Except now I think it might have to pull down all the 0.9 stuff again. And that really sucks. Because it just did that. Please tell me you don't have to do that again. It's definitely doing it again. Dang it. Okay. But, I mean, we can run our code. And maybe maybe I need to have the edition 2021. That was probably it, honestly. That's my guess. That edition was causing it to fail in some way. Maybe it was a grade type. We may never know. What we do know now is that it's working. Heck yeah, man. Let's go. Oh yeah, look at that. Heck. I don't know if you can read that, but right on time. It's building less things than I built previously, so maybe it is leveraging the Scrypto 0.9 that I already have installed. That would be really nice if it is. That'd be super nice, actually. I would be very glad and happy that it's already leveraging my installs. Let's see. Okay. Well, I mean, we're making great progress. Great strides. Got about 8 minutes left before I hop off. Hopefully we can make this do something for us. Hopefully I can compile my actual code that I've written and comment it. I would do cool things. Radix engine common. Okay. It's definitely kind of rebuilding everything I just installed. But you know what? That is okay. Maybe. Wonder if it can skip over this part once it's done it once. I hope so, honestly. If it compiles everything down into like WASM files, WebAssembly, then that would be super, super nice because then it means that I don't need to recompile those WASMs unless there's an update to that specific file, which again, would be intelligent and super nice. So, let's hope that it does that. I mean, down here it had, what was it? It had like 256 packages, and this one's only 96. So, I got like 200 less packages that it's trying to build. We'll see if it goes any faster. This Radix engine, that's where it got hung up last time too, so it might take this piece in particular might take a long time. No, never mind. Last time it was just the Radix engine it was trying to install for the longest time. This time it's Radix. Oh, ooh, look at that. We're cruising. Guys, we're cruising. We almost have everything or our environment set up. It only took me 6 weeks to finally get here. To running and testing my code. I had to learn Rust. And then I had to learn Scrypto. And I'm making some pretty fetching good progress if I do say so myself. This is great. Alright, come on buddy. Finish the building. You're so close. You're so close. You can do it. I believe in you. We gotta see the test. Oh. Heck yeah, we got some errors, man. That is what I'm talking about. Yes. This is what I needed in my life. This right here. Errors. Okay. First and foremost, payment splitter lib. I feel like you import a thing. Nope, you do not. Okay. Well, I got an error with my hash map new. So, first and foremost, why would I get an error with my hash map new? There's obviously some syntax issue that I am causing problems with. That's okay. This might also be incorrectly formatted. Instantiate custom access payment splitter. Self. Yes. Okay. I need the name of each type. So we have NFT vaults. We have payment. Oh, wait. Yeah, this first one was not good. This one is okay. NFT vault, payment vault, accept payment token, price, royalties. Okay. Right. So that works. Hopefully. See? Let's oops. CD into community Scrypto examples, DeFi, fixed token sale with royalty. Boom. Okay, we are going to do Scrypto test. Okay, do we fix a problem? We fixed a problem. You guys are moving up in the world, and I want you to know that. I want you to know that I'm moving up in the world. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing music. I am sorry, I'm not playing music for you guys. I'm totally fine with silence, but I know that so many people, so many, are definitely not okay with silence. So, my wife is laughing in the background. You can see her. So, I need to play some music for you guys next time. There's only 2 minutes left, so it's too late now. I'd start it and then I'd stop it. It's just not worth it to me. We gotta get my code to compile. So we have a vec non-fungible address. Okay, time to learn how to understand okay. Where? This doc comment doesn't document anything. It gets angry at my documentation comments? What? Oh, it's getting angry on my doc comments because I commented on my functions. Okay, hold on, compiler. I apologize. Give me just a sec. Brandon. Give me just a sec. How about that? Is it better? So now you'll comment things. Now you'll doc my doc comments will actually document things. Okay. There we go. I mean, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen language that threw a compiler error because my documentation didn't document anything. Fascinating. What a funny quirk. Okay. So if I'm commenting out functions, do I need to comment out my doc strings as well then? Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Bringing all this back. Give me all the errors. Give them to me. I'm ready. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yep, royalty. Yep. Okay, yep. Yep. Okay. Where does it end? There it is. Fixed price sale component. fixed price sale with royalty component. Okay. This function takes on arguments, but 0 arguments were supplied. Okay, so access rules new takes an argument. Access rules config is missing. Wait, interesting. Let's see if I can find that over here. Okay. Globalize with access rules. So that's probably what I need here with royalty. Okay, doesn't look like he has access rules. He just has access rules config, which looks very similar to what I have here. So I'm going to guess that I just need to do that, and then it'll work. We'll try it out. New. Okay, so it's just telling me I need an access rules config. Okay, that's fine. So, oh, access rules config. Access rules config. And then we globalize with access rules. Boom. That's not found in access rules. Yep, okay, so I fixed that. No field with name NFT vaults. Field with a similar name exists. NFT vaults. Oh. Oh, I spelled it wrong. NFT. I also spelled price wrong. Price. There we go. Okay, no field resource address on type. Okay. That's alright. Okay. I don't care about checking if things have a royalty percentage. I'm gonna get rid of all that. What is it? I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. Loop through royalty percentages and pay out the royalties. Okay, how do you do this? Withdraw by amount, withdraw and grab shares, deposit. This is what I want. Iterating over shareholder non-fungibles. Shareholder resource manager. Get non-fungible data. Okay, that's fine. Let royalty share. Non-fungible ID. Where do you come from? Oh, you come from here. Okay, yes. Immutable self vaults. Except this is self.royalties instead. Okay. Self shareholder badge resource address. Okay. I am going to need a royalty badge resource address. This is. Can I just copy what's stated up here? The NFT that is minted for each person who has claim to some royalty when the NFT sells. This NFT is minted. That's right, I need to be able to give this royalty share to somebody, which means I need a component address. Or a vault in which to put it. Oh, that broke my brain. So I need a smart account, and I need to get the vaults that are on the smart account, and I need to create a new vault for my royalty badge, and then I need to mint the royalty badge and put it into that vault so that they own it. Okay. I have no idea how to do that. How do I do that? Oh, this is such a new way of thinking, because I don't... Do I use the component address? Okay, I'm going to write down that that's something I need to figure out, because that is it for this week. I made some pretty awesome progress today, though. Let's fetch and go. I'm able to run my tests that are non-existent, but I can compile my code, which is step 1. So, figure out how to get how to create a vault on a smart account and put a badge into it. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that's a very simple process, right? Hopefully. Figure out how to create a new vault on a smart account and put a badge into it. Yeah. That's perfect. What else do I need to know? I'm gonna uncomment my code, and it'll give me more errors. What else do I need to know? I guess the difference between access rules config and just access rules. I don't know what the difference between the two is, but I mean, my example on the right side didn't care about any of those. So, just for now, I'm going to move this up here. Boom. Okay. And also, there was something else. There's something in here about cross-chain, cross-blueprint calls. I'm going to open that up. I will store that for later reference as well. Okay, so next time I'm back, I have the learnings that I need. Import the blueprints that are part of the package. So I guess I would mod in my okay. And the function signatures. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. I mean, I have something I can review next week. And I guess get my blueprint to compile. That is the next step. I'm able to run my code now, which means I can make a lot of progress. Because now I can just do Scrypto test and boom, we're on our way. So that feels really, really good. That feels great, actually. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm no longer writing code in the dark. I can run my code, I can test my code, I can figure out if it's fetching and working. Have a wonderful Thursday, wonderful day, wonderful weekend. Crush your days. Have a good one.